On EPS, we'll bring you the most informative and interesting stories in the world of entertainment.
Coupled with the general public opinion on trending issues, we'll also bring you podcasts on social media.
A segment on Xtra which highlights on social media trends for the day. So join me, Kelvin Fnk.
And me, Irene Pax. With me, your hot gossip.
At this time, live on EP Radio TV Africa. Follow us on our various social media handles on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube.
EP Xtra, your infotainment hub.
Welcome to Sports Therapy. Sports Therapy is a sports and entertainment TV show that deals with previews and reviews from all sporting faculties, from football, basketball, tennis, and boxing. I won't be doing this alone because I have celebrity guests in the studios with me as we discuss their favorite teams and why they support those sporting faculties. This show is segmented into 3 different sections. The first segment delves deep into analysis of the sporting faculty for the day, after which we go to the streets to take the views of the people on their favorite teams and predictions. And we give results of the week just passed. The second segment has to do with the celebrity guest in Studio B.
So if we need a striker, I think we need someone else to replace Lacazette for us to get to where the game exactly is.
And the third segment has to do with the trivial games of knowledge.
Mayweather has stayed in the States and Boston, so I think he is the best.
Catch me live on this station from 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. every Wednesday.
Hi, when it comes to it's pretty much a raining Wednesday here in the city of Accra. You know, sometimes this downpour is really needed, especially when you're in this part of the world where the economy is very, very hot. We need such rain to actually cool the tempo of the general public. It's good to be back in the studios of EP TV Africa. My name is Kelvin Fnk and the program is EP Xtra. For the next 30 minutes, we have a lot of stories that has been trending in the entertainment fraternity for the past couple of hours now. So don't forget to follow us on our various social media handles and let's get interactive. On Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube is EP TV Africa. You can also log on to our website, www.eptvafrica.com. So on today's EP Xtra, Nami is really telling on her and her entire brand as a creative person and as a business owner. I have an update of that, and later on we're bringing you an update from Nigeria about Wizkid, our very own Wizkid, who is back in the news for Australian comedy actress reportedly has given birth at the age of 43. So interestingly, this actress is one of the finest comedian in the industry in Hollywood. I will be bringing you an update of that. Details of this and many more coming up on today's EP Xtra with me, Kelvin Fnk. Don't forget that we are coming to you live from our studios here in Accra, Ghana. This is our Wednesday's edition. Follow us on our various social media handles and let's get interactive. We would go for a quick commercial because when we come back, I'll be delving more into today's stories properly. We'll be right back.
On Hard Talk, we review and fact-check our duty bearers. They are tough talk.
You know JB Dankwa is not Ekufodo's blood relative. Are you aware?
How much did you give to NDC?
I cannot mention. I'm talking about roll of money.
Their promises and commitment to deliver the goods. We analyze, we probe, we research and investigate. We face the nation with facts and accurate news.
2020 is the era of the realization of the Pan-Africanism.
On Hard Talk, nothing is missing.
We put together the Creative Arts Bill. So now you can call it the Arts Bill. Where is it?
If there is no market, the industry collapses.
All the sides, all the angles.
When you have a government whose back is against the wall, and they are so desperately trying to change the conversation.
He has a way of, handling his issues.
The border closure affects Nigerians more than Ghanaians. How many Ghanaians actually apply that?
There will be never 100% anything on this yet, unless you go to God.
I love to be here.
I'm known around the world as the cream of creams, Kofi Asante Mensah. Join me on Hard Talk, going behind the hard talk.
You're welcome back. The program is EP Xtra with me, Kelvin Fnk, and we are coming to you live from our studios here in Accra, Ghana. If you're just logging on, definitely you logged on right on time. We are just about to start the program properly. Follow us on our various social media handles: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube is EPTV Africa. You can also log on to our website, www.eptvafrica.com, and of course check out all the various programs we have in there. Now, before I went new highlight of today's EP Xtra's stories, so pretty much we start with the first story for today. I'll be starting off in Ghana. One of Ghana's finest veteran actresses, Akofa, has come out to reveal that she can't pay her workers and feed her household. You know, the economic situation right now in Ghana, it's something that the general public are still complaining about. We are hoping that in the coming days, the government find a way to curb this, economic crisis that Ghana is currently facing. But, in our previous bulletins, we've made mention of the fact that this economic situation is not something that is affecting just, I would say, the low-class Ghanaian. It's affecting every single person. A couple of days ago, I was telling someone that, this economic, situation Ghana is facing right now, it is not only the ruling party or the non-ruling party that is being affected. Everybody under the surface of the nation Ghana is literally facing this economic situation. And because of this, one of Ghana's finest veteran actresses, Akofa, has come out to reveal that due to the increase in price and the inflations that has been coming up virtually every day, she's not been able to keep up with the maintenance of her business. She runs a restaurant. She has a restaurant here in the city of Accra, a very nice one to be precise. And also the fact that she's not been able to pay her workers, those who work for her at the restaurant, and also take care of her household. But this is something that we need to stress more. But there's a video or there's an audio I would want you to listen of Akofa saying this in person. So listen to this audio. I'll be right back.
I run a restaurant. Okay, as of last week, oil was like 669,002 and above. Rice is double the price. Everything is double the price. So I'm actually not breaking even. I'm running at a loss. I can't pay my workers. I can't feed my household. I really don't know what to do. So I'm trying to see what to do in this chaos, but there's always a way out. So I'm sitting still and I'm thinking I'm a creative person and I run a restaurant. So if the restaurant is not working, I need to use my creative mind to explore other things to see how I can survive.
So that was one of Ghana's finest actresses, veteran actress Akofa, revealing the fact that the current state of the economy is really, really affecting her business, her restaurant business, and of course, she taking care of her household. And I think it's something that the general public is literally facing. Because of this particular issue, my colleague Irene Parks went into the streets of Ghana to ask a cross-section of the Ghanaian public what they think about the recent inflation in transportation fares. Trust me, if you're in Ghana, you would know that virtually every driver, every public driver has their own fare they charge their passengers. Today, the rate might be, let me say, for example, a CD. Tomorrow, it might be 3 CD. It keeps going ups and down like the sea waves. I wouldn't want to talk too much, but over to you, Irene Parks.
Hi, my name is Irene Parks. We are here at Amasamine Station asking the general public about the increment of transport fare.
Affecting our business so much. So I think if the authorities can do something about it, it will help us. Because as now, we were paying from my place to this place 10 cedi. Today is 14. And I've now continued to Medina. So you can consider or you can imagine what we are going to. So if the authorities can do something about it, we'll be very happy.
They say no. First enough now you turn like now it was for my. But it's a
for a year 30 year juma de yebre ube ye juma ube ponkra no unya hwe udi scanning na kotofue by maybe ndakra susu say bia maybe bedru a ye betofue 1 gallon almost 107 cedi for 1 gallon. What am I say? The now the so money the ama adwuma ye de nya hwe ye bre e wo man e wo mu nti ye sre ye man peni so onhwe na fo ende onye wo bibi mai na adwuma ye de ye hu ano.
Now the transfer, the lorry fare is motor from in some come here. They save 6 series. That's 6 series from I'm someone here go to Takoshira and about self. They say that 24 series. It's about 11 series. Now it's about 24. 24. Now from Amasaman here go Medina. They say that it's about they say 13 series. First it be 8 series. So now the lorry fare it's not going well.
Transporting this, they say they yetite pa because I know much 5 cities cross. They say almost 8 cities. They say the transport need there a high pa. I might say business be slow because utaka mukofa nema beba krano because of transport need nema boy the transport need there. In fact, se fuwa ni na se government mbete te sona bibia ba from kakra omumwaye they say the omumwaye shi
really high. It's worrying because from OEB to Medina is like 8 cities. But first it was 6 cities. But from Medina to this place is 10 cities. Yeah, so it's high and it's worrying as well.
Transport increment is causing problem to the general public, especially the children. Sometimes I just pity for them. They be taking a car here and there, and even there it's adding. That's why some of the sellers are adding prices to it because conveying the goods sometimes going to the village is cheap there, but how to conveying them to our distance increases the prices. So it makes everything. The petrol has been everything. And it has been increased. So January is affecting us.
Thank you very much. Okay, so this is how far we've come. Let's move to the studio. My name is Irene Pax.
So that was a cross section of the Ghanaian public sharing their opinions about how the constant rise in transportation fare keeps affecting them in one way or the other. I mean, it's something that a lot of people are still talking about. But for those of you who might be wondering what is really happening in Ghana, let me just give you a brief to the background of the economic situation in Ghana. So Ghana's inflation rate climbed more than expected in October, raising pressure on the central bank to continue increasing borrowing costs that are already at a more than 5-year high. Annual inflation quickened to 40.4% in Africa's second largest gold producer, compared with 37.2% a month prior. So the cedi has slumped 57% since January, the most among 148 countries tracked by Bloomberg. Now, this report is actually coming from one of the renowned online publishers when it comes to a nation's economy, Bloomberg. Now, they are saying that Ghana's cedi has fallen 57% since January, more than 148 countries in the world. You know, interesting governments are really doing about this, but according to the current administrations are trying their best. We are hoping that in the coming days, the people you just heard complaining about how the constant rise in transportation fares, everybody's tension seems to calm down. That is why I was happy that it's raining today. So pretty much the rain might reduce the tension a little bit. But let's see what happens in Ghana's economy in the coming days. Now, away from that, let's move into a more conversation. I wouldn't say entertaining story, a bit of entertainment in there because it involves some of Ghana's top entertaining figures. I'm talking about Shatta Wale and his former manager Bulldog, who is now being known as Bull God. So Bull God sues Shatta Wale for defamation. Remember in our Monday EP Xtra, I brought an update on how Shatta Wale is reportedly, you know, calling out Bulldog for the murder of Fnk, who passed on a couple of years ago. Now, Shatta Wale's post on social media has literally revived this entire conversation. The Ghana police is now involved. The general public eyes are pretty much open large now to see what comes out of this. Because of Shatta Wale's post on social media dragging Bulldog, who is now known as Bulldog, he has officially come out with a lawsuit suing Shatta Wale for defamation. So a couple of lawsuit has been passed out to the camp of Shatta Wale right now, in as much as Shatta Wale himself has not come out to respond to Bulldog lawsuit, defamation suit. We don't know what is really happening in the camp, but trust me, I believe that these two seem to be having a tough time in terms of their relationship. First, we all know that Bulldog, I always want to keep calling him the Bulldog. I mean, that is a name we know. Please let me maintain the Bulldog jaw. So Bulldog, we all know, is Shatta Wale's former manager, but one thing led to another. These two fell off their relationship and he's no more managing Shatta Wale. But ever since they broke up their relationship, they've been bantering each other one way or the other. This is a new banter coming from their camp. The Ghana police is pretty much involved in this particular one because this is not like the regular, you know, throw and receive beef. This is actually a serious one involving a murder of someone who the police up till now has not been able to resolve his case, the death of Fnk. We have defamation suit. Shatta Wale is going to be responding to it, but we all know Shatta Wale, in one way or the other, he will definitely respond. It's either he responds to it probably on a live video on social media or using a mimic post, or even going into the studio to record something in regards to all this. But the Shatta Wale, Bulldog, and of course the whole late Fnk situation is currently trending on the entertainment front in Ghana. And the latest we are bringing you is the fact that Bulldog sues Shatta Wale for defamation. We are going to wait to see, or we'll be waiting to see what comes out from both camp in the coming days. Those are the major stories trending from Ghana. We'll go for a quick commercial break. When we come back, I'll be taking you into Nigeria. Something interesting you would want to know about Wizkid, our very own Wizkid. Starboy. We'll be right back.
Welcome to Sports Therapy. Sports Therapy is a sports and entertainment TV show that deals with previews and reviews from all sporting faculties, from football, basketball, tennis, and boxing. I won't be doing this alone because I have celebrity guests in the studios with me as we discuss their favorite teams and why they support those sporting faculties. This show is segmented into 3 different sections. The first segment delves deep into analysis of the sporting faculty for the day, after which we go to the streets to take the views of the people on their favorite teams and predictions. And we give results of the week just passed. The second segment has to do with a celebrity guest in Studio B.
So if we need a striker, I think we need someone else to replace Lacazette for us to get to where the game exactly is.
And the third segment has to do with the trivial games of knowledge.
Mayweather has changed the face of boxing, so I think he is the best.
Catch me live on this station from 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. every Wednesday.
Hi, when it comes to trending stories in the world of entertainment, you need an authentic platform to keep you updated.
That's where we come in with EP Xtra on EP Radio TV.
On EP Xtra, we bring you the most informative and interesting stories in the world of entertainment.
Coupled with the general public opinion on trending issues, we also bring you podcasts on social media.
A segment of EP Xtra which highlights on social media trends for the day. So join me, Kelvin Fnk.
And me, Irene Pax. With me, your hot gossip.
At this time, live on EP Radio TV Africa. Follow us on our various social media handles on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube.
EP Xtra, your infotainment hub.
On Hard Talk, we review and fact-check our duty bearers. They are tough talk.
You know JB Dankwa is not Ekufodo's blood relative. Are you aware?
How much did you give to NDC?
I cannot mention. I'm talking about roll of money.
Their promises and commitment to deliver the goods. We analyze, we probe, we research and investigate. We face the nation with facts and accurate news.
2020 is the era of the realization of the Pan-Africanism.
On Hard Talk, nothing is missing.
We put together the creative arts bill. So now you can call it the arts bill. Where is it?
If there is no market, the industry collapses.
All the sides, all the angles.
When you have a government whose back is against the wall, and they are so desperately trying to change the conversation.
He has a way of, handling his issues.
The border closure affects Nigerians more than Ghanaians. How many Ghanaians actually apply that?
There will be never 100% anything on this end unless you go to God.
I love to be here.
I'm known around the world as the cream of creams, Kofi Asante Mensah. Join me on Hard Talk, going behind the hard talk.
All right, you're welcome back. The program is still EP Xtra with me, Kelvin Fnk, and we are coming to you live from our studios here in Accra, Ghana. Follow us on our various social media handles, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube is EPTV Africa. You can also log on to our website, www.eptvafrica.com. Now, if you're just logging on, you've kind of missed a couple of stories from Ghana, and I think it's a story is something you would really want to watch, but you can have a replay right here on our various social media handles. Now, moving to our next story for today, let's talk a bit about the man, I will call him the man of the moment. I'm talking about Wizkid. Interestingly, Wizkid says it was either music or crime. Now, in a recent interview with our very own Starboy, talking about his career and his journey so far in the music industry, he gave out an insightful revelation stating that he had only two options. It's either he goes into crime or sticks with music, but he decided to do music, and that is why he's putting his everything is 150% into his musical career. Now, in a recent interview talking about his album, which is fourth release, and I will bring you an update on that pretty soon, Wizkid revealed that looking at the community where he grew up from and being the youngest of 11 children, the male from his mother's side, the responsibility on him was pretty huge, and the community where he grew up from in Lagos, to be precise, Surulere. For those of you who know Surulere, I mean, you might have heard is one of the lines from his hit songs, Surulere, right? Correct. So he is saying that when years back in that community, the only options he had was either to go into music or crime, but he decided to not follow what the society offers him, but to follow his dream of becoming a musician. And today, he's celebrated all around the world as Starboy that we all know him. Now, I have this particular interview is because he was promoting his forthcoming album, which is going to be released on the 11th of this month. So all the Whiskey fans, you guys should get ready. So I'm just going to be taking you through some of the hit songs in the new album that Wizkid is going to be releasing pretty soon. The name of the album is More Love, Less Ego. The thing about these musicians is as they grow older or as they grow stronger in the industry, their songs doesn't relate to only the naive people. They have more legit, more matured words in their songs and all that. And I think Wizkid is literally becoming a grown big man now. So that is why he's saying that the new album is titled More Love, Less Ego. Now, in this particular album, which is going to be released on the 11th of November, a couple of days from now, pre-ordering is basically ongoing. He has Money and Love. He has Balance There, Bad to Me. He has Too Sugar, which featuring Arista, our very own Arista. He has Everyday in There, Sleep and Slide, featuring Skill Bench and Shensia. He also has Deep, Flower Pads, Woe, featuring Skepta and Naira Marley. I'm sure a lot of people would want to listen to that one. Pressure is also in there. Plenty Loving Special, featuring Don Toliver. Interesting name, interesting. So he also has Frames in there. Who's Gonna Know? So the entire album is titled More Love, Less Ego, and I think it's something that everybody should actually grow into. In an era where the entire world is facing the Ogbos, but everybody is receiving what to up and down, let's try and share more love and less ego. But yes, that was Wizkid revealing that growing up as a young man in Surulere, the only option he had was either to go into crime or do music, but he decided to go into music, and today he is what he is today, and we are celebrating him all around the world. And his fourth album, which is coming up on the 11th of this month, I hope that all the Wizkid fans are super ready for him. Wish him all the very best on that particular one and see what pans out in the coming days. Still talking about our artists in Nigeria. Tiwa Savage is back in the news. So if you've been following Tiwa Savage, I mean, frequently you will know that she has recently released a single featuring the man of the moment. So interestingly, Tiwa Savage addresses sex tape on Asake featured new single titled Loaded. Now, in a new single Loaded, I think so far, this is for the year for me, if you ask me personally as an entertainment person, I think this is one of Tiwa's finest tune, in as much as it has the, you know, one of the most popular sound beats in there. But regardless, this is one of Tiwa's fine tunes so far for me this year. I don't know about you, but the person that made this song more interesting is the guy of the moment, Asake, the guy who is literally trending. You know, one of the social media, users was saying a couple of hours ago that this December is actually for Asake. We'll see how that pans out. But Tiwa Savage addresses sex tape on Asake featured new single title Loaded. So remember that about a year ago, Tiwa Savage was out in the news with the old sex tape thing, and because of that particular sex tape, Tiwa Savage lost a lot of endorsement deals from huge brands. I wouldn't want to mention their names right now, but in addressing the sex tape saga and everything, she's like coming out to ask the general public, if you have not done it before, who never do before, may raise up your hand, taking a line from our very own Black Hope. But I have a very short portion of that new single that I would want you to watch. This is not the entire single. If you want to watch it, you can get it on our social media. When my producer is ready, he can play it for you guys. Producer, if you're ready, please play it for them.
Sex tape only buy me jẹ ìgbádùn kékeré yẹn.
So that was my own, I mean, it is self-explanatory. For the Yoruba people, they know herself, we understand very well what she mean by her, everything she talk for them. But to make it, to cut the entire long story short, she's saying that if you've not had one, down before, or one down moment before, raise up your hands. And of course, nobody can raise up their hand because everybody literally has gone through the sloping period. But we are happy on the fact that Tiwa Savage is back with this new single, Loaded, as I made mention earlier to me. For her tune so far in the year 2022, this passing year, this is one of the dopest. Probably it's because she has the man of the moment in there. I don't know, but the tune for me is really, I mean, it passed. Kudos to Tiwa Savage. So wish Tiwa Savage on the very best on that particular one. Now, away from that, let's move into the international front, where Australian actress Rebel Wilson announces she has become a mom at the age of 42. I beg to be corrected because during my introduction I made mention she was 43. I mean, 43 and 42, they look alike, but they are not the same. She's actually 42 years old, and for the first time in her life, she's becoming a mom. A lot of people are going to be like, when she get belly born? But it's true surrogacy. Now, surrogacy is that her womb is put into another woman's, and the whole, medical processes, but not be she carried the pikin 9 months. But at the end of the day, the baby is for her. She came out on social media to reveal to the entire world that she's super excited that she's become a mom for the first time in her life. I'm just going to be reading to you what she posted on social media. There are a lot of people are actually still celebrating her for or giving her congratulatory messages. So Rebel Wilson posted, "Beyond proud to announce the birth of my first child, Royce Lillian, born this past week via surrogate. I can't even describe the love I have for her. She's a beautiful miracle. I am forever grateful to everyone who has been involved. You know who you are." I mean, of course, to those who might have been involved in one way or the other. "This has been years in making, but particularly wanted to thank my gorgeous surrogate who carried her for and bettered her with such grace and care." I mean, the entire messages continues on and on. So if you have not seen Rebel Wilson's movie before, then what are you waiting for? Let me just remind you of one. Perfect Pitch. The Bridesmaid. She's so good at her craft. She's so good as an actress, and she's been doing super well for the past couple of years. I never knew, I mean, she never had a child, but now that she's come out to reveal that for the first time in her life, she's become a mom at the age of 42, who says it's too late for you to get on that journey or start that relationship you might want to start. Basically not the barrier here. So interestingly, a lot of people might say because she might have used surrogacy, it's not really. Mona, relax. If you now go read about surrogacy super well, you know it's pretty much the same thing. The only difference is the lady in particular did not carry the child for the 9 months, but it is her womb. So if they go do DNA right now, her DNA will be in the child's DNA. So it's pretty much her child. So yes, today we are celebrating Rebel Wilson on the fact that she has become a mom at the age of 42 through surrogacy. So wish her all the very, very best on that particular one. And that's how we wrap up on today's EP Xtra with me, Kelvin Fnk, which came to you live from our studios here in Accra, Ghana. If you're just logging on, you've kind of missed the entire stories basically. Earlier on, I brought an update on how a cross-section of the Ghanaian public shared their opinion on how the recent inflation in transportation fares is really affecting them drastically. We are hoping that something is done about it pretty soon by the government. And of course, I also brought you an update from Ghana's veteran actress Akofa, revealing that she is not able to pay her workers and also feed her household because of the current economic situation in Ghana. And later on, I brought you an update on Wizkid's new album, which is going to be releasing on the 11th of this particular month. And how he also revealed in a recent interview that he had two options growing up. It's either he becomes a musician or a criminal, but he decided to be a musician. And finally, I brought you a Tiwa Savage response to the sex tape that everybody was sagaring and giving her to a couple of months ago, like a year ago now, and she responded to that in a latest single with Asake titled Loaded. And finally, I also made mention of the fact that one of Hollywood's finest actresses, she's actually Australian, but of course she's featured in a lot of Hollywood movies. I'm talking about Rebel Wilson, revealing that she has become a mom at the age of 42 through surrogacy. So details of all these stories are still right here on EP Xtra, still on our social media handles. So if you're just logging on, you can actually get a replay of the entire Wednesday's edition with me, Kelvin Fnk. So I want to say a very thank you to the entire crew for putting today's EP Xtra, the Wednesday's edition, together. And of course to my colleague Irene Parks, who you saw earlier on the street asking a cross-section of the Ghanaian public about the economic situation of Ghana. We'll be back on Friday with another EP Xtra. It's a wrap from me.
Welcome to Sports Therapy. Sports Therapy is a sports and entertainment TV show that deals with previews and reviews from all sporting faculties, from football, basketball, tennis, and boxing. I won't be doing this alone because I have celebrity guests in the studios with me as we discuss their favorite teams and why they support those sporting faculties. This show is segmented into 3 different sections. The first segment delves deep into analysis of the sporting faculty for the day, after which we go to the streets to take the views of the people on their favorite teams and predictions. And we give results of the week just passed. The second segment has to do with the celebrity guest in Studio B.
So if we need a striker, I think we need someone else to replace Lacazette for us to get to where the game exactly is.
And the third segment has to do with the trivial games of knowledge.
Mayweather has stayed in the face of Boston, so I think he is the best.
Catch me live on this station from 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. every Wednesday.